What's cracking, peeps? It's your boy LEEMAN-X here, and I finally, after all these years, got to play and invest some time in this Transformers Devastation game, and this is my review.
You are now watching the LEEMAN-X channel.
And if I can get a quick like or subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that, and let's go ahead and get into this review. So in October of 2015, Transformers Devastation was launched. It was developed by Platinum Games and published by Activision. It was released for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Windows, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. The game features some of the original voice actors from the original cartoon, and as you can see in the game, the design of the game is strongly inspired by the original cartoon series. One of the main music composers for the game is Vince DiCola, which is the main composer for the animated movie that came out in 1986. In the game, you can choose one of 5 different Autobots. You have Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Grimlock, Wheeljack, and Optimus Prime. The game got strong praise for its faithfulness to the original cartoon series, and that's the main thing that got myself interested in this game. When I saw the visuals of this game, I was like, this is a must-have if you're a Transformers fan. But on the downside, it was criticized for its short length. The main plot of the game is that Megatron attacks New York City and is trying to use the Insecticons to form a new Cybertron on planet Earth. And honestly, playing this game just felt like I was being included in just another regular Saturday morning episode of a Transformers cartoon, and that's all I really was looking for anyway. And now let's get into some of my opinions about this game. So to me, this game is a Transformers Generation 1 fans like dream come true type game. And I'm really liking that a lot of movies and cartoons from the 80s are starting to have their own video games and staying true to what got them popular to begin with instead of trying to like make their own versions of stuff. And so I really love this game. It reminds me, actually, I had a lot of fun with the Ghostbusters game. If you watch the cartoon in the 80s, they have all the same villains and good guys that you're used to. My only complaint is that there was no Jazz. He was my personal favorite Autobot. He's not in the game, but I understand why that voice actor passed away a long time ago. But other than that, I really don't have any complaints about the game. And it's a little bit deeper than I thought it would be. My example is they have a lot of weapons you can get in this game. You can upgrade weapons, you can defeat certain enemies and use their weapons, like Starscream has this nullifier beam that he uses. You can get that after you defeat him. You can get Shockwave's gun after you defeat him and use it if you like. They have a system where you can create power-ups and kind of craft your own power-ups. It's super simple, but it still adds a little flavor to the game. There's tons of power-ups as far as like more damage, take less damage, get more loot. This game has its own in-game store, and then that lets you buy new moves, buy better versions of weapons. They have some that do thermal damage, some do cryo damage, some do electric damage. And the list goes on and on. They have versions of shotguns, laser guns, rocket launchers, sniper rifles, and that's something I didn't expect this game to have, so I really appreciated that. And they give you a bonus slot that you can add an extra weapon, so each character potentially could have 4 different weapons they can use. The game even lets you combine weapons together and synthesize some of their abilities, and I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, Transformers Devastation, they really went all out, and one of my main things is the visuals. I love the cartoon or the animated movie that came out in 1986. You can tell a big difference. They had put a lot more work into the animation in the movie, and that's what this game looks like. And I just remember looking at the movie after watching the cartoon all those years and being like, wow, like this looks amazing. And that's the feeling I get with this. I love how they kept kind of the cartoony anime graphics going on in a video game. It makes you feel like you're playing a cartoon. Another thing I really enjoyed is that all 5 Autobots play differently and they're all unique. They don't all play the same. Grimlock is kind of like really tanky and slow, but he could grab people. Optimus Prime is kind of tanky himself, but he doesn't play like Grimlock at all. And you get the picture, like all of them are like that. So one thing that's a bummer is that you can tell at the end of this game they left it wide open for a sequel, but they never took advantage of the sequel. I'm guessing it also has to do with the fact that the license agreement between the publisher, Activision, and Hasbro, the owners of the Transformers franchise, the license was up in 2017. The game actually had to be taken off of the PlayStation Network and Steam. The only way you can play this game is if you had it on that, or you have a physical copy, or can get your hands on a physical copy of the game. So that's a big bummer, because to me this game is a masterpiece, especially if you're a Transformers fan. And hopefully you guys can find a way to play it, or you have it and just haven't played it yet, like what happened to me. And if you like this game or you didn't like this game, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. If you have a favorite Autobot that you like to play in this game, I'd also like to hear about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out.